The decision to have LASIK performed in your eyes obviously is an important one, and you're going to have this done one time in your life, and it's very important. So one of the questions that patients ask is, how is the experience here at Ocala Eye, what we call the LASIK experience at Ocala Eye, different in other places?
At Ocala Eye, the doctor-patient relationship is the foundation of eye care. In other models, sometimes it's a different surgeon who evaluates you, another surgeon who does the surgery, and another surgeon who takes care of you afterwards. Continuity of care is lost in that regard, particularly if you need tune-up or enhancement later. It may not be the same surgeon who did your original operation, which in our view is not ideal for the patient.
At Ocala Eye, you have the opportunity to meet with a surgeon prior to the procedure, and that's the same surgeon that will see you before, will actually perform your procedure and see you after and do your follow-up visits. And it's important to have that continuity of care, that you know that you're going to be taken care of by the same doctor.
LASIK done right is a beautiful procedure. LASIK done wrong can be somewhat tragic. But the real tragedy is all patients who aren't a good candidate for surgery should be factored out to begin with. And that's why at Ocala Eye we do multiple tests, multiple examination, to make sure that your eye is a good candidate for the procedure.
You're not just a procedure. You know, you're a patient. We look at the whole patient. We're one of the few comprehensive eye care practices in this part of Florida.
Failure to do some of the sophisticated testing that is necessary for a procedure can frequently lead to a bad result. Not everybody who sits in my chair who wants LASIK turns out to be a good candidate. About 80% are, but 20% have things that are not ideal with the cornea or the eye itself that make LASIK a bad idea. We cover every aspect of your eye to make sure that you are a good candidate for a procedure, and that we optimize and maximize your chances for success with that procedure.
The laser suite that we have is in a self-enclosed environment specifically for refractive surgery. No other procedures are performed there. And this is important because the slightest changes in temperature and humidity can affect the outcome of the procedure. So those are controlled very tightly.
LASIK is a big decision, and like any big decision with a lot of significance, you want to make sure it's done right.
LASIK is much more than a procedure. So much more than a procedure in the sense of you should think very carefully about where you're going to have the procedure done and who's going to do it. Do your research. Who's going to be taking care of you before your procedure and after? Where can you turn to if you need any help? You want to be more than a number, and you want this to be more than just having something done to your body. It's the total experience that we think is important, not only because you're having this once in your life, but it's an important decision, and we want it to be as safe and effective, but also as pleasant as possible.